is crazy. And a lot of the content creators forget about this. That there are people that are just gaming for gaming, like just gamers, period. Let's see.
Have you ever found yourself playing a game that you're not really enjoying? I've been there. I've been there for a long time. I've been locked into loops playing games that I didn't really love. I was just kind of doing it to stay up to date, to play
Yeah, I also play Valorant, don't worry. I feel you, man.
the new event. Doing it because friends were playing it. And that's not
Valorant.
bad, but so much of modern gaming, honestly, modern life and modern technology has a way of trapping us in cycles. And these cycles honestly turn into this like mindless consumption. Endless live service games are out there. There are so many repetitive grinds, AAA games that promise the world, but do they really deliver the fun? I've been thinking lately about just simple solutions to this. You know, today's gaming landscape has a lot of options, but more often than not, I'm finding plenty of these choices don't always lead to more fun. At least a lot on the AAA side. There are so many cool indie games being made right now. And I just don't want to see others, you know, playing a game or getting stuck in a rut where they're frustrated, they're burnt out, or having, I don't know, this unspoken obligation that they put on themselves to keep up with the latest trends, especially if you're not enjoying it. I think we've all been there to a certain extent. Maybe logging into a game out of a habit and not out of joy.
The thing that a lot of people forget, and I do too sometimes, and I think about it and like, damn, that's so true. Well, especially when you're a content creator, it's really hard to remember when you used not be. Like, let's say if you remove the content creator part and you're just a game. Well, the attachment to a game you get from being a content creator is not even close to the one from just being a gamer. It's not the same feeling streaming or making a video while playing a game than just playing a game. When you're just playing a game, a lot of the bad gets highlighted a shit ton more than when you're just, for example, what I'm doing right now. It is crazy! And a lot of the content creators forget about this. That there are people that are just gaming for gaming, like just gamers, period. It's a lot more bad than they put it because they forget how bad it actually is getting.
I think about it like this. How many people do you see immediately grab their phone and go to a social media platform and just start scrolling the moment that they're bored? Are they really doing it seeking joy, or are they just doing it out of a habit? And it makes me ask the question, at least on gaming, why continue playing something that is more of a chore than a hobby? I've been thinking about this a lot lately, mainly because I started using a classic iPod again, and I've started playing my PlayStation 2 again. And I gotta say, there's something so nice about this old tech where there's no updates, there's no notifications, you don't have to install the game. I turn on the PlayStation 2 and I'm in a game enjoying it within like a minute or two, as long as I get past the boot screen. And these games are super fun. They're designed to just be great player experiences. They didn't have these FOMO live service events. They didn't have microtransactions.
They are made to be fun. They were made to be games. Now, yeah.
Prioritize the player experience. People wouldn't buy the game. They wouldn't spend their time playing this game. Same thing. I went back to the classic iPod because I'm so tired of paying a monthly subscription for music streaming when half the songs that I want to listen to are off the service in a few months because of licensing issues. And you don't actually own it. I mean, what do you think in 5 years of Spotify bills? You don't own any of that music. Whereas the old days growing up, you find the album, you buy it, you put it on the machine, you transferred it to your iPod, and you owned it forever. And it's been so fun listening to tunes and things that brought me so much joy like 15 years ago. And it's like,
Back then, you needed to do these challenges where you had to get 2 360s from like 150 meters away with a pistol on a jumping enemy to get the coolest skin on the game. Now, you have to do all that, plus spend 50 hours, plus wait for the seasonal reset so you can get more points for the achievement, so you can get a skin that looks cool, yeah, but you can also put $20 for one that's cooler. That's gaming now. Oh, and the other one was free. It came with the game.
Like, I bought it once, paid what, $12 for an album, and I've been able to listen to it so many times over the years without all the distractions. And it's made me realize that so much of our modern experiences, be it gaming or technology, they are engineered for our addiction, not necessarily the best experience. Think about it this way. As a player, you know when a developer has designed the game with your best interest at heart. Like when they're making something that's really fun, it's ethical, it's a great time. Just like you also know when a developer or a publisher has built something that's clearly there just to exploit psychological triggers and not make the game experience better. The need for rewards, the fear of missing out, the lure of infinite progression. When used well, you know, with putting the player first, it can be great. I think Warframe is a fantastic example of a really fun live service game that delivers hundreds of hours of really great fun where you don't have to spend a dime.
Can you guys please stop putting Warframe on my face? Bro, I don't wanna have another Destiny 2 experience, man. I'm still traumatized. Like, sure, it must be so good, but like, bro, no, I'm sorry. I don't have the time. I just don't got the time. I'm sorry. I bet it's really good and fun, but I just don't got the time, man.
Great experience. Not perfect. They all have their issues. But then there are other live service games where you know that product only exists to squeeze the lemon that is the player for every single ounce of monetization that they can. And I've talked about this quite a bit the last 5-6 months, but it still is really important to me. It is time to break away from this cycle. If a game isn't bringing you joy, if it feels more like work than play, take a break. Life is way too short to spend it on games or content or experiences that you aren't enjoying. There are some really great modern games. There are some really great live service multiplayer modern games. And if you enjoy it, play it. That is fantastic. But I'm really trying to emphasize something that I feel like is critical and I've discovered this year. The joy of playing a game purely for the experience, without worrying about the next big update.
That was crazy, right? Remember when we used to do that? I do.
Or what everybody else is doing online, or what everybody else thinks about it. Now, old school games and consoles, and especially the indie space, offer this in spades. They remind us that gaming used to be about the game itself, and if you enjoyed it, not trying to like keep up with a live service roadmap. And look, it can be really tough. This modern tech, this modern gaming overload is overwhelming, honestly. If you're caught up in multiple of the latest trends, whether it's the new battle pass, a limited time event, or just trying to stay current, it's easy to forget why you started gaming in the first place. Most of these big live service multiplayer games don't want you to play other stuff. They don't leave a room for a break. So trying to stay current is exhausting. It's almost like staying up with all the live stuff and completing the battle passes. That in and of itself is its own metagame that I think people get consumed with and then forget, like, am I actually enjoying the base game? And this is where the beauty of playing and curating a collection of games that you love is just so valuable. Even if they're older games, if you're playing it for yourself because you enjoy it, not for some external pressure, then that's great. You know, this kind of intentionality can bring back the joy that modern gaming sometimes strips away. So I know I've said this quite a few times over the last few months, but I want to continue to echo it. Step away from the content that you're not really enjoying. Try to skip the endless scroll on your phone for a social media service or something if it's not bringing you joy, if it's not bringing you value. Try focusing on the things that bring you joy. In gaming, with tech, whatever it may be. The games that remind you why you fell in love with the hobby in the first place, those are the ones to lean back into. There's a reason there's a huge trend of people trying to simplify their
I'm
life.
sorry,
from a
but no,
tech
I'm not going back to
perspective.
Minecraft.
I think we're all
Not happening,
getting
bro.
exhausted. We're
Not going back to
barraged
Minecraft,
with
sorry.
services and algorithmic content continually. And at a certain point, you just want to break free
It doesn't
and
feel the
choose
same
for
anymore.
yourself what you want to do with your time and your hobbies, not to be told by some machine-driven, algorithm that's going to choose what you will play, when you will play, because it equals the most amount of money or ad revenue or whatever it may be. I have a lot of videos over the last few months talking about this. I'm going to recommend you look at my backlog tips video, which I'll leave linked at the end of this video. It's got some really cool tools that can help you keep track of games you're playing, games you want to play, and sort of take stock of those experiences in an intentional way. Also, I'm going through Half-Life 2 again right now. It is such a good FPS game. I cannot wait to finish this playthrough and talk about it again. Thanks everybody for watching. I would love to know your thoughts on all of this. Have a great Wednesday.
I
and
love
will see you
Truth.
again
He's
on
really good.
Friday.
It is. Damn, really nice video. Give me a like. That was pretty good. Damn. Damn, I like these short videos where they just make their point. Not used to watching them anymore, but they're pretty good. I agree. At some point, I can only pull my experience from back then. I could only imagine how it feels now for a just a gamer to be so hooked and forced to keep up with so many of these live services. Because I'm a streamer, I also make YouTube videos. I'm not in the same position, right? And even though I still have my life, like this is like content creating is not my life. I got my real life and whatever. It's not the same, Because like everything I do is like it's like on a camera. It's streamed. It's there for someone else, and the feeling is different. Because a gamer, yes, gamer, will be more what was connected to just the game. They'll get more connected. So I can't really talk from the position of a gamer. Just the gamer, plain gamer, nothing else. No content creator, not a streamer. Just gamer. I can imagine it, and I can talk about the past before I did all this. But yeah, I don't know. It's like I have a tough time myself that I do this half for the game and like content creating. I can't imagine how it feels for somebody that just wants to the like main focus into the game. It probably gets exponentially worse. The feeling that you get from, for example, doing something that you don't really like, or that you feel like you're forced to because the season is about to end and you haven't gotten all of it. So you now need to like do this 24-hour challenge to like finish it out before the season ends, right? Kind of like doing drugs even, I'd say. Just like can't get out of it, The FOMO is real, dude. And every year it just keeps getting worse, man. I know there will be a curveball at some point and things will go great again. But man, we've been falling for years, dude. We have. And not play Half-Life what it's about. A lot of things. Is making videos fun? For the most part. I don't edit mine. I have an editor. I don't have physical time to edit videos. I completely ignore the Black Ops ones. There's an event right now where you just have to kill things. I don't give a I don't care, man. Like at the end you get like a weapon or a skin or a weapon, some bullshit. I don't care. I really don't. I just ignore it completely as well. That is still annoying though, because like you see it on every game, man. It's every game, bro. There's even, I'm sure, single player games with this type of shit, and it's just dope. It is. I can't wait for the curveball to go up or down, and like games heal again. Like again, I'm saying it again. Like we're living through a dark age, and every dark age has how do you call it, renascent? Like a, it always goes back up. You can't go down forever. We will eventually go back up. And I just can't wait for that to happen. And I really hope it's in my lifetime. I know. Because it's getting time, bro. It is.